Hi, I'm Kevin Klein. Let's go inside Winnipeg City Hall and talk about the ambulance wait times that we are suffering with right now in our city. Let's bring you up to speed first. A few weeks ago, I moved a motion to call for an independent review of ambulance wait times and provide some maybe strategic directives that will help us address this problem that is getting worse and worse in the city of Winnipeg. I spoke at our Parks and Protection Committee, and I asked them to agree with me and support my motion to have that independent review done. And they said no. All members of that committee said no. Councillor Chambers, Councillor Eadie, Councillor Rowland, all no. They wanted nothing to do with it. Councillor Santos, I believe, is also on there. And the reason was they didn't think there was a problem. They felt it was the province's fault. They're blaming it on the province. So what's happened since then? Well, I received a number of emails from members of our paramedic service and ambulance of problems that they're suffering. Let me just read you one. All of them start their emails with, "Please don't say my name because I'll get fired." That right there to me says we have a major problem with our administration. If somebody is that afraid that they're suffering at work, but they can't say anything because they'll lose their job, that's bullying 101. That would stop. If I was in charge, that would stop right away. Here's what I've heard, though. The situation in Winnipeg is dire. This is a paramedic speaking. And there needs to be change. Citizens of Winnipeg are suffering because there are not enough ambulance resources to handle the growing population of our city. My co-workers and I have survived on the hope that things will get better, that things couldn't possibly get worse, but they have. And it goes on to say some other things. I've received a couple of mentions on social media. Maybe I'll put a few of them up if I can hide the names and such. Here's the reality. We're ignoring the problem. We're blaming it on the province while ignoring the problem. If we don't have a problem, why are paramedics sending emails? Why are residents sending emails that have waited an hour and a half? What is the value of hiding behind the public service on this? Why would elected officials hide behind that and say, oh, it would cost too much money? Do you know how much we spend on legal? It's astronomical. It's only grown every year since the 2014 election. Most of those same people elected then are here right now. This is about you. This is a service that we have to provide to you. So what else has happened? Well, we received a letter, a copy of a letter that was sent from the WHRA, I believe, saying that we're not going to follow your funding rules anymore. Now, they said they would pay for full cost recovery for the ambulance. Fantastic. Does that mean paying the salaries of a whole bunch of people at the City of Winnipeg executive? Would you? Well, no. Why would I take money from ambulances and take some of that money and put it towards executive salaries? Are they working on just the ambulance? No. So why wouldn't I then take that money and put it back into resources? Hire more paramedic ambulance staff. Put a couple of more units on the street. So there's an issue here that has to be drilled down. I don't know what that letter, where that letter was pointing ultimately. I'd like to know and I want to drill down, but I will never get the answers to give to you because it's confidential. I just have to trust what I'm being told. Why? Because it's confidential. So why do we elect leaders to be responsible for the city, but they can't be told anything because it's confidential? I get a lot of heat for being the negative person or for not agreeing all the time. I'm not a lapdog. I'm not here to make their job easier. I'm here to make our city better. So I don't mind being the guard dog, if that's what it takes. It's time to get on the phone. It's time to get on the email and tell your councillor, your elected official, even your MLA, hey, listen, waiting an hour for an ambulance, not acceptable. Just not acceptable. And it doesn't have to change soon. It has to change now.